I always have difficulty in doing these things because I never know what to talk about. Yeah. So I figured what I'd do is just talk a little bit about, you know, what I do just to keep my horn together. Because a big part of what, should I stop at any point? What big part of what I do is focused around my relationship with my instrument, you know, and I just have it. Over the years, I've developed a certain kind of a way of relating to my instrument that requires a certain setup and a certain level of maintenance from me. So I have some very unusual things that I do that may or may not be useful to other people. I don't know, but I figured what I do is just talk about what I do in the course of a day before I play a gig, you know, and what I do when I'm home and how I maintain my horn, which is a little bit different than some other people. I'm a little bit of a fanatic about my horn. I'm very, you know, much into the repair of my horn and just making sure everything feels exactly right.
Donc aujourd'hui il voudrait parler en fait de la façon qu'il a d'entretenir son sax et la relation très particulière qu'il a à l'instrument.
Maybe two chairs. I'll bring them in. And I brought my keyboard player with me to later on. I want to just demonstrate some things. And that's Gil Goldstein over here. I guess I should start with the reeds first. I use Van Doren reeds. I use B16 reeds.
Il utilise des anches Selmer V16. Tu avais prévenu que je censurerais quelques
I take the reeds, you know, I take the reeds out of the box and put them in one of these jars. First I take them out of the plastic holders.
Donc la première chose qu'il fait, c'est d'enlever l'anche de son support plastique.
And fill this with warm water and soak the reeds for about 2 hours.
Donc, donc il la plonge dans ce petit récipient avec de l'eau à l'intérieur et il la met dans un étui à l'intérieur.
You know, then I put them back in the little plastic case and dump all the water out just to leave a little bit in the bottom, just to keep the moisture in there.
Donc dans un petit bocal hermétique, il laisse juste un tout petit peu d'eau au fond, voilà, et il les conserve comme ça dans son sac.
And then every day I take them out of the containers and just rub my finger over the reeds to clean off the pulp that builds up, and then, you know, wash them and put them back in the case and then leave them in there like this. Because I find that using the Van Doren reeds, they need to go through a process of maturing as they're wet. Because I like to play my reeds wet. I don't like I can't play dry reeds.
Il n'aime pas jouer des anses sèches. En fait, il cherche une méthode pour les conserver à un certain niveau d'humidité. Il dit, en fait, tous les jours, il les sort du bocal, il la travaille à la main, il les nettoie avec ses doigts avant de les remettre.
Play all the reeds, and I'll scratch in the numbers on the backs of the plastic case, like 1 through 10. Like the best one is 1, you know. And so every few days, I'll play the reeds. You know, basically, I'll take them out of the plastic cases, and for about 45 minutes, this is really insane. This is really fucking insane. Put a little bit of water at the bottom, so just to put the tip in, and then let the backs dry for about maybe 45 minutes. And I have this thing called a reed well, which has little numbers on the side, so 1 through 10. And then I play each of the reeds, and the good ones obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And so then on a gig, if I break my reed, I can just go, okay, let me go in my little jar and pull number 1 out and put it on the mouthpiece, and it plays.
But you always play the number 1, or?
Well, sometimes the numbers change.
Okay.
It's like a beauty contest, you know. Sometimes.
Donc, en fait, il aime classer ses.
It's wet. I'm not a dry reed player. I know some people don't like to play wet reeds, but what I do is, if I find a good reed, I put it on the mouthpiece and I leave it there. And I have tape over my mouthpiece cap, so it stays wet, because I play every day. So, you know, that reed pretty much stays on the mouthpiece until it dies. And then I go on to the next reed. And, you know, because I don't want to go through this process while I'm on the road, I mean, of like looking for reeds and going through, because my schedule is so tight that I don't want to take the time to go through, you know, this process on the road. So I do this all at home, and I have these jars. This is, when I hear myself say this, I sound really insane. You know, I realize, but, you know, hey, it's the truth. So yes, I am insane, and yes, I do this. See, these are reeds that I got from Van Doren in April of this year. Right? And so the day that I soaked them for the first day, I put the date on there. So I know that, so these reeds have been like this since the 1st of June, right? So I find that after about 3 or 4 weeks, they start to play, you know, because they go through their process. The fibers expand, the fibers contract. You know.
Okay. Donc tu joues un Mark 6. You know what date is your?
It's 144,000. So
44. 144.
144. So that's what, 1965? 65, 66.
Ça serait un 1965, un 6 de 144 000.
I also have a newer horn
Et il joue aussi de
that
temps en temps à
I
référence.
used on 3 tunes on the last album.
Donc, de référence, il a joué sur trois morceaux du dernier disque.
But I didn't bring it on the road, and I'll tell you why. Because
Il va vous expliquer pourquoi il l'a pas pris en tournée.
I find that the pads were put in with glue, and I prefer shellac, because what happened is I was playing in a very hot room, and the glue heated up, and so the pads were like shifting while I was playing. So it was like whoa, whoa, whoa. So
Okay. Des petits problèmes de tampons qui sont décollés en fait juste avant de partir, et en fait ces histoires de colle. Il pense aussi que, enfin il vous dira je pense, mais il dit que certaines colles sonnent mieux que d'autres aussi, et lui il a des idées très précises sur les colles.
Okay, so I have these clamps that very lightly keep the keys closed.
Donc il utilise des systèmes de cale pour conserver les tampons sur les cheminées.
Because when you're, you know, flying in the airplane, the air is really cold and dry, and the pads shrink and contract. But when they do this, when the clamp is on there, it does it, and it keeps the seat of the pad.
Donc ça c'est pour conserver la bonne empreinte en fait sur du tampon. Il dit qu'il y a c'est sujet à beaucoup d'aléas de température.
That I have done on my horn outside of myself. And here's another insane thing I do. I have one of these. You've probably seen these before.
Donc là il se balade avec. Hein. Ça n'a pas été pris chez nous aujourd'hui. Hein. Il voyage réellement avec sa langue.
I check my horn. I look at the pads, and then if the pads are leaking a little bit, I put a little water on the pad, and then just.
Donc il regarde s'il y a des fuites, et s'il y a